Good morning, everybody. Well, good morning. Hi. Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Kartik, one of the co-founders of ETHGlobal, and I'm super excited to welcome all of you to Pragma. This is a conference. Our goal with this event is a lot of things that we're going to talk about today. This event is organized by ETHGlobal. A lot of you are here in town from a lot of different parts of the world, and a lot of you are here from Toronto and Waterloo. And for those of you who are joining us for the first time, I want to give a brief introduction to what ETHGlobal is. ETHGlobal's mission is to onboard thousands of developers into the Web3 ecosystem. And we do this by doing hackathons and summits. That's what today and the next 3 days are about. We're going to take over Waterloo and have 1,000 people learn about what's happening in Web3. Now, today I want to focus more on Pragma, what this summit is, and the next 3 days are going to be for the hackathon, which a lot of you are also coming by. If you are an Ethereum developer, you already know the reference and the significance of the word Pragma. Every smart contract starts with the word Pragma. It's not just the beginnings of a builder's journey. For us, this event is about pragmatism. Our goal is to talk about what's happening in this space, really distill the things that people should be looking into, should be excited about, and then reflecting on how things have gone so far to get more people a real sense of understanding the real things happening in Web3. And through that, we want to bring in a lot more people and open up what's happening here to an even wider audience and talk about how everybody else can also partake in this ecosystem. And as a result, today is going to be set up differently than any other conference you've been into. What we're going to do is focus on very key things. Today is going to be a one-day single-track event, which means we're not confusing with multiple things happening at the same time. All of us are going to be in this room. We're all going to watch the same things, and nothing else takes up your attention. Our focus is going to be very much on the future. It's going to be less talks and presentations, more about seeing what's actually happening and talking about where things are going. And we're going to keep things non-technical. You may see some references to specific topics, but you don't need to be a developer to be in this room, and we don't want you to be a developer to be in this room. Our goal is to have you still understand what's happening at a very high level and still make sure that if you are interested in something else, you can use the next 3 days or your own time, learn and dive deep into all the things that you're interested in. So the way today is set up is as follows. There's going to be 7 interviews and 4 product announcements. 7 people are going to come on and tell you about what they're working on. We're going to do a lot of interviews with what they have accomplished, what they're looking forward to, what they are excited about, what they're not excited about. And the 4 announcements are going to be around 4 different products that are launching today. You're going to see some of the amazing projects from our ecosystem, tell you about what the next step is in terms of their milestones for their products, and some things that you'll get an early preview for that you can check out as you're part of this room. Now, I want to take a pause here and reflect on the significance of us doing an event in Waterloo. Waterloo and ETHGlobal have a long history together. Almost 6 years ago, we hosted the very first hackathon in this space called ETHWaterloo. This is in this exact building where I'm standing right now. I think I'm still standing in the same spot. And that took the world by storm. That was the initial moment that started and kicked off what ETHGlobal is now, from one hackathon to where we are getting 100,000 people in this space. And we are super excited to come back here. Most of our team went to the University of Waterloo. We've been here. We've been in this town for a long time. We're all Canadians. And we want to make sure that this is a moment that we also recognize and tell you all about where things started, including the early beginnings of Ethereum, which we'll also get into. And one of the most notable thing is with the very first hackathon we did, one project specifically stood out. You may know this as CryptoKitties. And if you didn't know that this came out of ETHWaterloo, you may know and probably have by now heard of the ERC-721 NFT standard. All those were the early beginnings about 6 years ago that sort of propagated across the world. And when we're coming back here after all this time, we wanted to do something special to remember and memorialize how things officially began. So everybody who signed up here, you were all told to verify your wallet because you were told you'll be getting an NFT. And it's with amazing excitement and pleasure, I'm excited to announce that we have purchased a CryptoKitty for everybody here, and it's now in all of your wallets. I don't know why it took us this long to do this, but I'm glad we did. And the wallet you verified, you finally get to own your very first CryptoKitty and officially the first ever 721 NFT that was out there. All right, enough of the intro. Let's go into what the next few hours are all about. So today, I'm going to just do a brief overview of the schedule, and we're going to kick us off with our very first talk of the day. First, there's 300 people here from 37 different countries. It's already incredible to see so many people here coming in just to check out what's happening in Waterloo, and so many more that are coming in later today to be ready for the hackathon this weekend. On top of that, we have 4 incredible partners here that are just outside the registration area and this hall, this auditorium. So I want to thank Worldcoin, Filecoin, Polygon, and Quantstamp for being our amazing partners for this event. They're here to tell you about what they're working on. You get to understand all the things that they're excited about, especially as a lot of them deal with security and scaling Ethereum. And you get to talk to them about what are hard problems they're working on and what the products are that you get to use. So let's go right into our first talk. Well, the intro for the day and then the first talk. So we're going to kick off today with a fireside chat with Vitalik. We're going to talk about a lot of things that he's excited about, reflect on how the last few years and almost a decade of Ethereum has been. Then we're going to go into our first demo, which would be Benny talking about what the EIP 6551 standard is. And if you're into NFTs, you'll want to hear this one. Then we have Brian right after that telling you more about what RabbitHole quests are and just what RabbitHole is doing to bring hundreds of thousands of more people into this space. We're going to take a quick lunch. After lunch, we're going to have Deet come in and have a discussion around what's missing to actually help us make blockchains and infrastructure that scales to millions of people. And then our next demo is going to be Dennison talking about a new product that Talik's launching. And if you're into DAOs, you're going to love to hear this. And then the last 2 talks of today will be Swaroop talking about Powerloom and their new announcement, which shall remain unannounced until 3:15. And our last interview for today will be Ilya from Near talking about what a blockchain native operating system looks like and how we can get closer to decentralization with having everything be on chain, and how all of that also overlaps with AI. So we'll check off all the boxes for things that you're excited about from Twitter. But without further ado, let's get started.